Hello everyone, it's Sarah Joanne and it's 4 o'clock UK time and this is tip 10 of 12 days of amazing angel tarot tips. And I'm just going to share this video in my private space in Sarah Joanne's Angel Tarot Guidance group because some people like to watch it more in there, comment in there, so just bear with me while I do that. You might notice I've no angel picture behind me. I've got a Santa that says Noel, and I've got a painted reindeer that one of my kids did a while ago. All my Christmas decks went up yesterday. So I'll just get this shared and then I'll be with you and we will be sharing some really great stuff today. I will be, because I am going into spreads. We're talking more about spreads today, which is quite exciting for you, those of you that have been watching it and been following all the tips. We're going to be talking about simple spreads that you can use for yourself or for others. So hello Christine, thank you for joining me. So if you haven't already register at the top of this post, because it means that you get a link to all the tips in an email. And then basically you can, instead of scrolling and looking for them, you can find them all in one place and you'll get them automatically in your inbox. And we've been discussing over the last few days the structure of the Angel Tarot cards, and I use Angel Tarot because they go a lot deeper. I think they answer questions and situations much deeper than typical Oracle cards do. And the structure of Angel Tarot at any tarot deck is the same, so you can cross transfer it to other decks. So we've been learning all about the structure and the most important different parts of the decks. And then now we're going to look at readings, and I'm going to do 2 3-card readings over the next couple of days. And the first one today is quite a simple one, which most people will know, but we're going to read it online now. So I'm just going to tune in with the angels now, and we're going to pick a past and a present and a future card. Right, so I feel that's my past. Let's go for a future. I mean a present, sorry. And all I'm doing here is literally tapping in with the angels and asking my ego to step aside when I'm doing this reading. And I'm literally just asking the angels to speak through me and help me give the best reading that I can. Okay, for those that are watching. So this is quite interesting actually. And what I've done is pick 3 cards. And this is something you can do for yourself. This is something you can do for other people. And you just pick 3 cards out of the deck. And you can literally shuffle them like I've just shuffled them and wait till one seems to pop out. Or you can shuffle them and cut the deck. And you can cut it 3 ways and take the cards at the bottom. It doesn't really matter. You won't pick the wrong card. The right card will come out for you. And then I'm going to read them now for you. And for those watching, you know, you're obviously meant to be watching this. For those watching the replay, the message may really well resonate with you. If it does, take it for you. It's no coincidence, it's resonating. And, you know, like I say, it's a simple way to read a card. Do a quick spread and do a quick card reading for somebody. So the past card is a new beginnings card. And this is a major card, okay? And I always think that the past card comes out to remind us of something in the past so we can look forward in our future. So the past card is a new beginnings. And if you look at the card, there's a family there and they're like looking forward to a different future and they're all there together. And I feel like they're leaving the past behind and looking forward to a new future. And this is reminding all of you that are watching, for me, that, well, in fact, I won't say that maybe. Maybe if you were to read this, for those of you that are watching, because there's only 3 of us watching at the moment. Hi, Karen. Nice for joining me. Thank you. If you were to relate this to the past, what would you say? You know, and there's a family there. They're looking out towards this angel. There's lots of mountains in front. The family are in the shadows. If you were to relate a few, and I'll just go quiet a minute and just leave it a few minutes, well, a few seconds, because it takes a while for comments to come through and respond. And then just let me know how you think what this might be saying about somebody's past if you were to read it for somebody, because the whole point of this is for you all to learn to read yourselves, and I think it's really useful when people who are watching comment, because it gives other people confidence that they can read the cards. They don't just have to you know, they can go with the gut and really say what they see and say what they see in the card. So please comment if you're there. If not, I'll go on into it in a minute. So what could it be saying about the past? And one thing it can be literally saying is that, yeah, Kristen, you said moving forward, a new journey, coming a better future. Yeah. So yeah, I see it as a journey forward. I see there might be bumps in the road with the mountains. I see it stepping out of the shadows as well, because they're in the shadows. And I do see that the future is brighter, definitely, because if you look at all the brighter colours here and the light in the future. So if you were to read this for you, for example, for the past, this is really saying, in the past, you've had to, you know, start a new beginning. You've had to go on a new journey and move forward in your life. You've had to maybe step out of the shadows and make yourself seen a bit more, and maybe put your head above the parapet and say something that's maybe a bit different to what people expect you to say. And really, in the past, you've had a change of direction, a new beginning, a new start. And this past is saying, you know, you've had this before, so you can do it again. That's what I always feel the past card is remind you of. It's reminding you of something that's relevant today around this reading, and really it's coming up for a reason, because lots of things could come up from our past. So for me, it's saying, you know, when have you had a new start in your life, a new beginning, where you've had to journey forward and maybe put yourself out of the shadows and do something that was maybe a bit new or a bit different, and this is very relevant to now. Maybe it's time to do that now. And then I'm looking at the present card, and I feel this is around work, this reading. And I'm saying that because we've got the 5 of Gabriel here in the present. And Gabriel is all about work and matters of the career, matters of things that we do with regard to work. And 5 is often a challenging number. So I feel that there's challenges around work, or maybe things that you do within work, or maybe you work for yourself, or you're wanting to work for yourself, but there's challenges around this. And this card here, you've got literally a lady there, and she's got a puzzle deck, like a jigsaw puzzle. And I'll show it there. And just around this present, thinking about work, what could it mean if you were to look at it? And if you were to comment, that'd be really good if you could comment and just say what you think. So you've got a lady there, there's a jigsaw piece, she's got a piece in her hand, there's an angel behind her, she's contemplating by the looks of it, and she's got this piece in her hand. And it's relating to work. You've got the big angel there in the background. And you've got a different view as well if you look through the Acropolis-like structure or Arc de Triomphe structure. If you look there, you can see there's a slightly different view with bluer skies. So, for me, yeah, you've put, Christine, new thoughts about things, finding the right job, yeah. Yeah, I feel it's challenges around the job. I feel you're spot on, Christine. It's new thoughts about things, finding the right job. Yeah, she's thinking, she's contemplating. And the message of the cat, if you notice, she's on her own. And she's taking time to contemplate. She's taking time to think around things. And I always say as well, don't try and make it fit. Because she's got that piece in her hand and there's lots of pieces on the board, you know. And she's not really, she's sort of sitting back out of it and not really getting stuck with the puzzle. She's not really getting involved. And the message of the card here, I don't actually usually read the words, but I'll just say it here for its relevance, is to withdraw from the drama of others, have patience with yourself and those around you. And she's very contemplative, she's very sitting back. So for those of you that are watching, and there is a different world out there if we choose to look and see it as well. For those of us that are watching and going to take this reading today, it's really saying don't try to make things fit. You know, be okay with being who you are, being individual. Don't try to be something else. But I also feel it's saying just you don't feel like you have to be like everybody else. Don't feel like you have to be like that jigsaw piece. You know, it's okay to be slightly different. It's okay to not follow everybody's paths and to do it your way. That's what I feel very much. You know, and with the past card here linking in, I feel that there's a new beginning at work. So you've had changes at work before where you've maybe changed your career or worked in a different place or had a new beginning at work. And the present card to me is dictating that it is around work, this reading. So you've had changes there before, and now it's time to look at the present and maybe think, well, what do I really want? What do I do really want to go for going forward? There is new opportunities out there if I see them, but I don't have to follow the crowd. I can be myself. I can be individual. And this is just the future card here. And this is the 7 of Michael. And if you remember from what we've learned on the tarot tips so far, the suit of Michael is all about challenges. And because the past card is a major card, I feel like the past card and the new beginnings is reminding you of when you've taken new steps, new journeys before and had new starts, to think about that and think about how you have had lots of new beginnings and lots of new starts before. This is very, very relevant around this situation. And the future card with the 7 of Michael, you've got a man here and he's got a path here which is a little bit darker, and you've got another path there that's lighter. And you've got Archangel Michael's hand almost like out like that here, and then he's pointing to this path. So what could that mean for the future? And if we base it around work and the fact that this reading is around work and career, what could it mean for the future? I'll leave that a minute just for you to comment. And please do comment as well, because it is really great for other people watching, because they will see the same things as you do. They just don't feel like they can say it or follow their own guidance. So by doing this, it really just encourages others to follow their own guidance as well. Because we all have it in us, and we all have intuition. We all have intuitive ability. We just often don't step out and say it, or say what's really coming up for us and what is coming in. We often feel too shy to do it or too worried to do it. So basically, if you look at Archangel Michael here, he's almost blocking the path. And you've got a man who's set to go down one path. And Christine's just said, some paths are harder than others, both lead to the same thing. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. And you know what? That is spot on, Christine. We often, as humans, take the hardest path. We think things have to be hard. We think things have to be difficult, and we make things difficult. We make things complicated rather than just keeping it simple and making it easy. So this is very relevant and very spot on. So yeah, it can mean that some paths are harder than others. They can both lead to the same thing. You know, Archangel Michael is showing the easier way. There's a path that's light. Yeah, and he's saying go down this path. The path that you're thinking of taking at the moment is maybe not right, so maybe just sit with that and just see how it unfolds. The other message of meaning with this is, you know, maybe working on your own is not the right thing to do. Working with others more is a better thing for you. So he's set to go down this path on his own. It's quite dark, where the other is, you know, he's working with Archangel Michael. He's stepping forward into a lighter path, and you know there's going to be collaboration there with following Archangel Michael's advice. But I also feel collaboration with other people, and although it doesn't show other people in the cards, this is very much what I feel around this card. So for those of us that are watching this and you look at this 3-card reading, basically saying with regard to your career and with regard to your work, you're thinking it has to be a certain way, you're thinking it has to be a certain path, that it's not going to be easy, that it could be quite difficult, you know, and you're not really being open to other paths or other opportunities that are being presented to you. So, you know, sit with this for the time being, I feel. See what other opportunities come up. I feel working with others is much more beneficial. And actually ask the angels for guidance. The angels, do you know, we're often very, as humans, we're often very in our own heads, and we're just connecting with our egos, and we're just like thinking and overthinking about things all the time, rather than asking the angels just to make it clear to us what is the best path, what is the best way. And then they will give us signs. They'll give us signs with feathers, with angel clouds, with coins, maybe words in a song. And whenever you see or feel or hear something like that, and then you think about what you were just thinking, they're giving you confirmation that's the right thing. It's the right thing to do. Christine's just commented and said, "Seeing I'm watching it might be meant for me." It could actually relate to you. I hadn't really thought about that. I'm just in the zone. But you're right, Christine. So be open to, you know, what opportunities present themselves. But don't feel you have to be like everybody else. You can be different with this present card. You can follow things your own way. And you've done new things before. You know, you've stepped on new journeys before, new paths before. So you have more than enough capability to do this. You know, you've started new paths before, so you can start this again. And remember of all the things you have done in your life. You know, you're perfectly capable because of that. This card is very relevant because it's very major. So that is basically a 3-card past, present and future reading. And following these tips, you know, you can practice a 3-card reading. You can practice it with your friends. This is literally how I started. You know, 14 years ago when I was picking up cards, and I was reading them for myself, and then sometimes I'd read them for friends, and then the more and more I got into it, the more I started to read for friends. This is what I used to do, a simple 3-card reading. And here I am now. I do read professionally, you know, because I've been on Psychic TV. You know, doors have opened up for me by following a passion, by following the path of the cards. So if this is something that you really want to do, and you know you'd really like to tap into the cards, then follow these tips, register, and you'll also have an opportunity to work with me in a deeper way on the 12th. On the last day of the tips, I'll be opening up some course doors on how to work with me and really get to know this deck well. But you know, you can just follow these tips and just go read for your friends, and then just see what comes up. You're looking at the cards, you're saying what you're drawn to. So that is a past, present, future reading. If you've got any questions, please do comment. If you're watching the replay, comment and let me know. I'm happy to answer them for you. I'm here to serve you at the moment while I'm doing all these tips. So if you have any questions, you know, don't feel frightened to ask them, just ask them. And I will be back tomorrow morning, and I will be back at 10:30, where I will be delivering tip 11, and we'll be doing another 3-card reading, a slightly different one this time. So I hope you tune in for that or watch the replay. Just want to say thank you for your interaction. Thanks, Christine, for your comments, because it really does help other people when they're seeing the comments as well. And I will see you all tomorrow with tip 11. We're on the home straight with this now. And if you want to stay on this page, I'll be back in 10 minutes doing the weekly angel card guidance on this same page at 4:30. Okay. Love and angel blessing to you. Thank you, everyone. Bye.